Steering clear of the B-plan route, Godrej asks management students to delve into their dreams. Confess your dreams and upload them on Facebook. Format no bar. While the bands battle it out in a loud anthem contest. Authentic and committed dreamers can win 1.5 lakhs to fulfill their dreams and get a pre-placement summer internship offer. Students at India's top 12 business schools get dreaming and get loud.
Hello and welcome to Godrej Loud, powered by CNBC TV18, the show where young management students get the opportunity of a lifetime to steer clear of the business plan, case study route, and to sit back and focus on their dreams. Dreams that Godrej will help them fulfill if they win. This week, much like our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, our loud caravan travels from Gujarat to the national capital. We visit IRMA in Anand, IIM in Ahmedabad, and then make a final pit stop at FMS in New Delhi.
They spend their dreams on the graffiti wall, and now some dreamers let you listen in as they confess their deepest desires.
The utmost dream in my life is providing education to the youth of India, and I've been inspired by the Indian demography and the power of youth that India has.
When I say I'm passionate about sports, I'm also passionate about this player called Rafael Nadal. He's a world number 2. So my dream is to be like him, to follow his ideals, to never give up in life, to always do your best and leave the rest to God, as they always say. I also want to work in his team.
My big dream is to start a microfinance institution in my village.
My big dream is to climb Mount Everest one day. I, being a trekker for the last 20 years, I first trekked when I was 3 years old. Now it's been over 20 years that I have completed 500 treks, a Mount Everest base camp trek, and it's one day I will definitely be on the top of Mount Everest.
Loud is visiting the campuses at IRMA and IIM Ahmedabad. The professors tell us what they expect from this competition.
If you talk to any leading CEO, whether it's Mr. Narayana Murthy or whether it's Bill Gates or anybody, I think the underlying message they give is that whatever you have to offer new to the society, I think that should come to the fore, and therefore your dreams are what take you to that destination, and nurturing those dreams is, I think, extremely important. Rest follows in place if you have the capabilities. So I think therefore nurturing those dreams is extremely important. That is what I think Godrej is doing. So that's, I think, a wonderful thing.
Emphasizing on dream, as Loud does, is a very positive thing, and it distinguishes itself from every other in that sense, because it gets youngsters, young college graduates or college students to begin to think about their dreams.
The speakers from Godrej tell us how Loud is inspiring students to relive dreams they once cherished.
The winner gets a summer internship with Godrej, the winner gets the money. But how is Loud really helping these students to dream? How are you inspiring them to dream?
I think it's two things. One is we are encouraging them through this very creative process to think through what they want to do with their lives aside from work and pursue that. Right, so there's the process of inspiration, and then there is the support, right? So we're enabling these students in two ways. One is we're creating time for them, because the winner of this gets an internship, so they don't have to go through placements, they don't have to go through weeks of interviews and prep and fear and concern and all of that stress, and then they get the funds to go pursue this. So we make it possible.
All right, Shirish, you're well-traveled, you're a musician, you have a band. How are you balancing your professional and personal dreams?
Well, one part is you have to believe in all parts of what you do. So when you're at work, believe in that, do that well. When you're playing music, believe that, do that well. And you need a supportive environment. Both at home and at workplace, I have an environment that supports that. So all of that has to come together.
After the break, the students tell us why they are excited about Loud, and we show you how the speakers from Godrej enthuse and inspire the students to chase their dreams. Keep watching.
starts allowing students to tap into a side of themselves they've long forgotten about, and the confession booth is where they're doing it.
A dream that I've never shared with anyone is visiting the Incan Trail and follow the path to Machu Picchu.
I want to see India as the cleanest country of this entire world.
I realized that I want to become a motivational speaker. After building up my own confidence level, I would like to give back to other people who are almost in my same category. Dream is to own a small restaurant in Dharamshala or Trian.
While the bands are polishing their tunes in a bid to win the Loud Anthem contest, we find out from students what they expect from the Loud Talk.
Expectations are very high. We would like to first hand experience the philosophy behind Loud. For the first time they're coming to IRMA and we are looking forward to it.
Like other competitions that have been taking part in our campus, it is not focusing on academics, there's no case study, there's no presentation. So that is the actual fun part. So you can just relax and dream and just enjoy, and Godrej will help you live out your dream.
We are all excited and looking forward to the event because it's an opportunity for us to bring out our, tell the world what our dreams are, and it's even an opportunity for realize those dreams.
While at IRMA, the speakers advise students on how Loud will help them narrow in on their dream in a world full of opportunity.
Coming here made me nostalgic. I passed out a quarter century ago, and I am so thrilled and glad that you all have such wonderful dreams. Our dream was job security, a little more opportunities, a day one or day two placement. It was very basic dreams. So we had not heard of Machu Picchu. It is great to have the dreams which you are talking about now. You have this great opportunity to interact and engage with an organization like us in a little bit more informal manner. Don't lose that opportunity, because you may be doing song and dance, but we are observing you every moment. We will give you opportunities to interact with our people, to work. So I think take this thing seriously. This is a very, very simple way to enter Godrej Group and make your mark and get noticed, realize your dreams, and very, very strategically also position yourself for future in our organization.
I think in my first 1 week, there was a very interesting line that I heard from my boss, which was around strategies also about knowing what you don't want to do. And for me, life has been always about this. It has always been driven by process of elimination rather than process of selection. So I kind of ended up knowing, after doing something for some time, that ye to nahi karna hai. The next step I took, okay, this is something also that I don't want to do. Then I obviously reached a stage in my life where I was like, so what is it that I want to do? Because everything else that I've been doing so far was either a dream of my class teacher, was a dream of my parents telling me to do engineering and MBA. Then everybody in engineering college wanted to do coding and software engineering, so that is what I was also doing for some time. Somewhere eventually in my life, I hopefully have figured out what I want to do, and hopefully I'm living my dream. Somewhere in between this, I also started realizing these are the things which I have done because either my peers were asking me to do, are people here opting for those case study competition because someone in your room or dorm or in your class is doing. We end up doing that for ourselves. We end up taking certification courses which we don't know why are we doing, but we are doing because everyone else in the CV will write that. Hence we should also write it. So these are the things we end up doing without necessarily reflecting upon whether this will help me in the long run or not, or whether this will add value or not. So I think it's very critical somewhere for us to know what we want to do and what our dreams are, and whether we will be able to pursue the same. If it is difficult to figure out what you want to do for yourself, try eliminating the things that you don't want to do for yourself. Maybe that will help you figure out the things that you want to do for yourself. So, short and sweet, thank you very much for your time.
At IIM Ahmedabad, Mark Khan, founder and partner of Omnivore Partners, led the students through the life of an MBA in 15 minutes.
The whole point of the MBA is to jam 36 hours worth of work into a 24-hour day where theoretically between eating, sleeping, and shitting you need about 4 hours. Management is really learning how to deal with limited resources, right? And the most limited resource you have is your time. And so what you get out of an MBA where they really teach you management is by jamming so much shit down your throat that you have to make hard choices, right? And hard choices are going to be what you make for the rest of your life. Throwing deodorant bottles aside, you have more time here than you will in your first 2 years at work, believe it or not. And this is the time to do it. And the reason, to tie everything back, that we are here today, the reason we created this program is a recognition of who you are and where you're coming from. The whole point of Loud, is to give you an opportunity to do things you've always wanted to do, right? To do things that you stopped doing once upon a time or didn't get to do enough of, to reactivate hobbies, to reactivate passions, right? And this is actually how we recruit people for the summers, because we've realized that recruiting on the basis of passion is just as valid as a 30-minute interview with a kid you've never met. What we actually have discovered in Godrej is by letting people to stand up and be counted and say, hey, I'm really passionate about this thing. Consider me for this program. The kids that we get out of this are better than the people we get from traditional recruiting. They are, for starters, passionate, and passionate people are interesting, and interesting people are the people you want to hire anyway. And two, we let them do something they've always wanted to do, and it changes who they are. So bottom line, that's why we're here. That's the point of the program. Thank you for listening. Sorry it went a little long. Nice meeting all of you.
After the break, catch JCPL Managing Director speak to students at FMS Delhi, the final pit stop on the Loud campus tour. Welcome back. We are coming to you from the Faculty of Management Studies in the national capital, the last stop on our campus tours for Godrej Loud and the last chance for students to live out their dream.
Last year I worked for an NGO in Cambodia helping build houses to poor families who live on less than $1 a day. My dream is to go back to Cambodia and provide access to safe drinking water to the kids under the age of 5.
My dream is to alter the fate of primary education in India, and I want to change how things in India in primary education are all about languages, sciences and maths. I want it to be about design and innovation. I want it to be about ethical decision making. I want it to be about rationality.
I'm a national shooter. Well, I was 6 years back, but because of my education I couldn't really put much time into it. So if I ever have the chance, I'd like to be an international shooter, bring medals for my country. My father is in army, he's doing his bit for the country. I'd like to do the same.
The students are extremely excited to hear from JCPL Managing Director Vivek Gambhir, who takes them through his journey.
I went to business school for the first 1 or 2 weeks, and I'll be very honest with you here. For the first 1 or 2 weeks, I actually looked around my class and all the people who were around me, and the only thought which came into my mind was, how the hell did I get into this place? You know, I don't know how many of you feel this way, but the first thought was I an admissions mistake? You've made it. You are in amongst the top business schools in the country, if not the world. So now is the time to best use the next 2 years to create a platform for the rest of your life. And along with working hard and studying, a huge portion of life is about dreaming, which is where Loud comes in. What you will see is that you will be faced with unprecedented choices. Right now you will be stressed about summer jobs, a number of jobs, but I can guarantee you, from FMS, you will have a plate full of options. And so you will see a huge amount of choices in front of you. But that creates a complication also. When you have so many choices, you will need to figure out how to decide these things. Karna kya chahiye? Kyun karna chahiye? What will make you happy? But if you can try and keep a few of these things in your mind, I can guarantee that not only will you live all your dreams, but you will accomplish a lot more than that. Don't get stressed about school. Have a wonderful time, and all the very best.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I think we need to be a little louder. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, that's it. So we need to be loud and we need to be energetic, because I think the most important aspect in life is about passion. So I think that is something that I'm going to talk to you about. When I was in campus 10 years, 11 years back, sitting here, we never had this choice where a corporate came and said, guys, live your dream, tell us what is your dream. We used to have a situation where companies would say, there was a 3-pager, 5-pager, those forms where you have to fill those certain things, what is your 10-year ambition and 15-year plans and all. And I used to wonder, and I'm actually now 11 years out of campus, and I still remember when I wrote that 10-year vision for myself. And the amazing thing is, if I actually think back what I have done, there was no sense to what I wrote that day. If anything you should do, you should spend a lot of time introspecting what you want. So I think that's something which will really help you. And again, campus is a place where there's a lot of peer pressure, consulting kar lo, investment banking, marketing. So all these are buzzwords. And I remember when I came into campus and somebody asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I have no idea. Because frankly speaking, I don't know what is marketing, what is consulting, what is investment banking, all of these are good buzzwords. And then suddenly it was a very clear hierarchy that this is exactly how it should work. But I think the whole fun is, and the real, the guys who will be really successful will be those who will know what is good for them, not what is good for the person next to you. I read this book or a comment which said, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled, and that has made the difference. So my life is all about traveling the road which is less traveled, and trust me, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but I'll also tell you, it's a lot of risky stuff to do. The second stuff was about why do I do it? Because I'll tell you about myself. I have so very quickly, I did my MBA from IIM Calcutta. I joined Levers. Within a year and a half, I realized I don't want to do marketing and sales. Joined A.T. Kearney as a consultant. Within 2 years, I realized मुझे ये भी नहीं करना है. Then I took the craziest step of my life, and so on. So the whole reason why I did all this was because I followed my heart. I always listen to my heart, and my heart tells me that whether this is the right place or not. And that's very important. In my view, that is the critical thing. Your heart will tell you what is right for you. The peer pressure will tell you what is not. And more often than not, people will fall under the trap of peer pressure. And 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, now I have friends. We all meet over drinks and we all crib what all we have done in life. But trust me, I don't crib. I'm actually very happy when I go to the office every day. It's not necessary that when you go and follow your heart, what you had started as a basic premise, you will get. So I think what I was trying to explain to you is that, a lot of people think success is a straight line. And for people like Vivek, it is a straight line. But the commoners like us, it will be something like this. I'm a guy who loves passion and I love energy. And that's when I see these kind of sad faces and faces, I get worried. So it's a fantastic journey. I think just to wrap it up, I think I've taken more than what I budgeted. But I'm just trying to explain to you that, this is what is life, the right side. And you will have your ups, you will have your downs. But if you are focused and if you know what you want, then nothing will stop you in the end. I think that's the message which I want to convey to you. Please follow your heart and believe in yourself.
It's the end of the loud talk at all campuses, but the fight for winning the chance to perform before Indian Ocean at the finale rages on.
मेरे गांव मेरा देश मेरी भूषा मेरा वेश बात छोटी सी है मेरी यारों सुनो ये संदेश जहां भी मैं जाऊं मेरे चर्चे हजार हैं आंखों में भी कब से सपने बेशुमार हैं मेरे साथ बैठो वीरो तुम्हें भी बताओ ख्वाब देखे जो भी मैंने आज तुम्हें समझाओ ईस्ट टू द वेस्ट टू द नॉर्थ टू द साउथ टुकड़ों में क्यों हो जीते जीना हो तो जियो लाओ मैं आसमां को छूने में चला दरियाओं को तोड़ने में चला हौसला न छोड़े अरमानों के पंखों
we've reached the finish line on the campus leg of this exciting contest. We hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you from the entire team. Goodbye and many thanks for watching.
Next week on Godrej Loud, be a fly on the wall as the jury deliberates which dreamers will make their pitch at the finale. We introduce the final 14 dreamers and take you to the grand finale of Godrej Loud 2014 at Vikhroli in Mumbai.